Available as a finest value of the day. This is the one thing everybody needs. Listen to that sizzle. The sear of a steak. You can't do that in your slow cooker, but you can certainly do it in the PossibleCooker. In fact, this is a 10-in-1, and it's a cooker to the oven, to the table, so no extra pieces to have to prep or clean up. But when we talk about this, we are talking 10 functions. I'm talking 10 functions. This is crazy. Even the Pro, which is more money, has 8. We give you 2 exclusive functions on this one day only value. Yes, it's a rice cooker and it does it in minutes. Obviously, it'll keep your food warm forever. If you've got family coming and going, you've got, an event and you're having a big party, food will always be perfect. It's a nonstick pot that you can do everything in, from boiled water to saute. It's a cast iron skillet, no kidding. Obviously, we love the slow cooking method. Saucier, we'll talk about that. The saucepan, the stock pot, the Dutch oven. But you are loving the fact, and I am too, that this price is literally over 40% off of what you're finding in any department, any store. Even the one that has the big bullseye, there's just $40 more. And it's got a 4.7 star rating. Ours is one day only, and that's why something is definitely cooking in the kitchen with Callie tonight. And take a quick look at your color choices. We have black, which I love. We do have it in the midnight blue right here. We have this beautiful Merlot, and we have, I don't know why it's called stone purple, because I just see stone, but that is what this color is called, and it will be the next to sell out. We lost a color earlier. We've sold over, I think we're at about 8,000 of 8,100 now spoken for. I am just thrilled that it's still here. I was so nervous all day. I'm like, please don't let it be sold out by the time I get to my big show with you guys tonight on a Friday night. So I'm telling you, anything and everything is possible in this one appliance. And all you're doing is paying one little payment of 26 bucks to get it home and give it a whirl. You're getting a bunch of recipes, as you see right there. You're getting the exclusive roasting rack. We're giving you the spoon, because this does an absolutely brilliant job of everything. But even just the rice cooker, it is faster than ever before. My favorite appliance of all time, Rochelle, in my kitchen has always been a rice cooker.
Oh, really?
I just love it, because it makes it perfect every time.
Yeah.
And this makes it even faster.
It does.
And better.
It does. It's 50% faster than traditional rice cookers, but it also sears and sautés and slow cooks and steams. It does so much more. It's the Ninja Foodi everyday PossibleCooker. So we made it to a size that is really going to be helpful for you, that you're going to want to keep it on your countertop and use it for multiple meals. I just wanted to show you how non-stick this is. So we're searing this pot roast here before we add in our vegetables to add in some flavor. So all that browning in there, all that sizzle, that's adding flavor to it. And normally you'd have to do this on your stovetop and then put it into your slow cooker. Now it's true one-pot cooking. So I'm going to add my vegetables in here now, and my rosemary and my thyme.
This is the way to do it.
My goodness.
It makes everything so much easier.
Yes.
The other thing I do with this is that you can just go through your fridge. What do I have? You don't have to make a big plan and all the special ingredients. Most of us have some of these ingredients.
Root vegetables, absolutely. And it also allows you to take like more inexpensive cuts of meat and make them delicious and tender, because you are going to slow cook it. It will fit up to a 7-pound roast. You can even do a whole, like a smaller chicken in here, 7-pound chicken. But I think this one's probably about 5 pounds, because we wanted to make room for the veggies. So I'm gonna let this come to a boil. It'll probably take maybe a minute or so, and we can move on to our next.
Well, that's what's so fun, is you're gonna see so many incredible, inspiring ideas here, and they are so easy. I know you're incredible in the kitchen, and you're a food blogger. You travel. You've been cited in a lot of big magazines, Travel and Leisure and People Magazine, and several others.
Yes, Food and Wine.
That's right, Food and Wine. So Rochelle is obviously a whiz in the kitchen, but I know you too. I mean, the biggest hack, I think we all know, is having the right appliance.
And I call myself, I'm just a home cook. I'm not a chef. I'm just like you at home. I think Ninja makes me look like a chef, because it makes cooking so easy and fun. So this is a wonderful chicken fricassee, which I had to ask if I could say that on TV, because it sounds, I'm like, it's just so fun. But basically, fricassee is like a French word for basically frying something first. And so we browned the chicken first. You can see how tender the chicken is and that it's falling apart. And then we added our tomato sauce and our vegetables and slow cooked it till it's tender perfection. And this is actually my mom's recipe. So she was cooking in the kitchen with me and taught me how to make this. And it's funny, when she was teaching me how to make this recipe. She said, Rochelle, I love it because I don't have to add extra oil. It's nonstick. Here she is.
Oh, that's adorable.
So I love that she loves cooking with it. She prefers the size because the 8 quart was just too big.
Yeah.
And this is that perfect size for, you know, cooking family meals at
I couldn't agree more. 6.5 quart is perfect because you can still do a big bird or a big cut of meat, but you can do the smaller things too. I'm also a fan of making things in advance. I mean, it's part of what I do because I'm just a home cook too, like most of us, but I do like coming across like I know what I'm doing and that I might be a little bit more professional than I am. But I also love that you can make things in advance and maybe portion it out and freeze it over the course of the week to make your week easier. And there's just a million things in one that you're gonna love about this. So if you're just tuning in, maybe you are just seeing this for the first time, do not miss this. This is the best buy. You're saving over 40% off of what you're gonna spend for the same item in retail stores that are out there right now. And like I said, there's one store in particular I was doing some searching on because it was $130, I wanna say. It was $40 more. And it's a 4.7 out of 5-star rated product.
Yes.
So A, don't have to go find that store, park in that store, fight the crowds, find the thing, if you can find it at all. Here, we're gonna send it right to your door for free, no shipping charge. Free shipping. You'll get it in a matter of days. All you're putting in is a little more than 20 bucks, $20 on an HSN card. But don't forget about this little detail. If you don't have that card, oh, please apply for it right now because we're gonna give you $50. You will see that in your basket or in your account when you go to check out. That will make your let's say $37 Possible Cooker from Ninja. It would make it $29.99. For the appliance, I think, of the year. Honestly, I think this is just so cool. Think about all the appliances that you don't need to buy now. Maybe even not even fry pans or other things that most kitchens have if you're in a small place. Or I think especially even if you're just getting started with building a kitchen. Start with the thing you're gonna use all the time.
Yeah, I mean, this could be, you know, replace your Dutch oven. This could replace your slow cooker. Definitely replace your slow cooker. Look how tender this chicken is. The chicken is shredding. That is how tender it is. And so I just put some rice on there to have something to kind of hold the stew to show you how, you know, basically how you can do your everyday meals. I mean, this could just be a regular weeknight meal. And my mom taught me to make this. We were loving it. So we were making it, you know, at least once a week. It's super easy. All you have to do is sear and saute your chicken first, add your vegetables, then add your broth and switch it up to slow cook, and then you're ready to go. But this does your rice too. This does your sear and saute. This does your all of your grains and your quinoa. And I want to show you with the rice, because this has got liquid in it. So of course you know that's nonstick, but look at how nonstick this rice is. Have you ever wrecked a pan from making rice in a pot? Look, I'm kind of pushing away the rice so you can see the bottom. It's not burning.
Tricky.
It can be tricky. All your grains can be very tricky. They can either be hard or crunchy or
So it's pretty interesting that this does such a good job on rice because it's not under pressure.
No.
It's a whole different way of doing rice, which is another reason why it's pretty fascinating that it can be done 50% faster.
Absolutely. 50% faster than traditional rice cookers. The regular cooktop stuff is 30% faster than traditional cooking, like if you do your stovetop and that kind of thing. You also get the rice paddle, and let me show you why that's important and why we're giving that to you. When you usually are picking up rice, sometimes the spoon will bend, and I'm not sure if you can see it bending. It kind of bends when I get too much rice on it. The rice paddle or rice spoon, I usually call it a paddle. We call it a spoon here on HSN, but it actually is like more sturdy for picking up your grains and for getting that nice flat edge to kind of get in there.
So many grains that are so good for us. You know, the quinoa, the couscous, the farro, I mean, whether it's yellow rice, white rice, whole rice, you know, all the mixed rices, the wild rices. I mean, ooh, what are some of these? The oats.
Oats, you've got your quinoa. I think we've got some couscous there and some pasta. Farro is another really big ancient grain that's really popular right now. We give you the instructions on how to make that. It's included in the recipe book. So it's just something that's easy to do, and you know you're gonna get it done every time. I think people are wanting, you know, to incorporate these ancient grains into their diets more because it's higher in protein, higher in fiber.
My son, I say it all the time, my son is vegan. I'm always like, where are you getting your protein? And I'm so much more comfortable now, 3 years later, or 3.5 years later, that I know there's so many different grains and places and, you know, foods that you can get your protein. But so many good recipes too. Would this not be the best wedding present of all time?
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Because most brides and grooms are like, I don't even know where to begin. with these recipes as a starting point. And then the other thing is just putting in the ingredients and just hitting one of the functions on the front.
I mean, slow cooking is just so wonderful, isn't it? Because you know, you can set it and forget it. You don't have to monitor it the way you would on a regular stovetop. And this in sears and sautés, so you can build it all in one pot with true one-pot cooking. In fact, I think our pot roast you can see here is starting to boil. So we started with the sear and sauté, and now it's already to boil. So it's 30% faster than your regular cooktop. So I love it. I love it for that. It saves me time. It saves me doing extra dishes, and it makes really, really delicious. Oh, I'm glad you're bringing that over here because it's so lightweight.
Something. It's like 8 pounds.
It's so lightweight.
Check this out. So would you mind taking the top off so I can show you
absolutely.
several different pieces? There's the lid. You're getting the roasting rack.
Yeah.
This piece comes off of the base.
It does. Here,
so
I can
you can put this in the oven to 500 degrees.
Absolutely. But look at how lightweight it is. I mean, you're holding it by the handles. So if you want to take this to your book club or to a potluck or any of those, this is really easy to pop into the car. And I noticed you're holding the cord here. It actually has a cord keeper, so you can wrap it around the back. So it wraps around the back really easily. So it's super portable. I mean, this is great to take with you, you know, if you have an RV.
Absolutely.
All of those things. Here, let me help you.
Oh, thank you. Look.
Yeah.
That's the base.
2 pieces. Yep.
I don't think you'll ever put this away.
No.
I think this will sit out on the counter, which means you should get the color that you want the most. We did lose the vanilla bean. I'm sorry. The stone gray right here is called stone purple if you're using Express. Don't know why, but it's stone gray.
It's gray.
That's going to be the next one to go. Midnight is beautiful. The Merlot is gorgeous. And then the black is just
classic. It's classic. You can't go wrong with that. But it is a beautiful pot too. I'm glad you were pointing that out because it's something that's lightweight. It's something that you can pick up and use.
Yeah.
And if you like, you know, some recipes that you usually use in your Dutch oven, this is a perfect replacement for that because it's really lightweight.
When you think about all the things you can replace, because this is 10 different things in your kitchen that you may not have to buy. I think we did the math. It breaks down to like around $7 or $8 per appliance or per fry pan or per whatever it is that you're replacing with this all in one. And that's why it's just the perfect piece. And obviously, even in retail, it sells very well when it's over 40% more. You know the stores that carry Ninja, all of them. Ninja's like the #1 brand when it comes to all of the electrics and all the appliances that make such a difference. I mean, you guys have really just taken over the kitchen.
And it's oven safe up to 500 degrees. And the reason we made it oven safe up to 500 degrees is so that way you can do things like this, which is pop it in to bake a pastry on top of your stew.
Oh my gosh.
Or broil something. And so basically, this is a recipe that was inspired by a trip I had to Ireland, where there was this little pub by the sea, and they made an amazing beer braised beef stew, and they had puff pastry on the top. And I'm like, I'm gonna do that in my Possible Cooker. So we did the puff pastry in the oven. You hear that crunch too from the puff pastry. So basically, we started with the sear saute function in the Possible Cooker, and then we did the vegetables, we did the meat. This is so hearty. Look at all of that. Oh, it's so delicious. And then I braised it. So I braised it with a darker beer. Here's the video, so you can see there I am in Ireland, and there's the beef stew, and then this is me making it at home. So I basically seared and sauteed the vegetables, seared and sauteed the meat. Then I added the bigger root vegetables, slow cooked that, and then I popped it in the oven with the pastry.
Look at this.
Isn't that amazing?
What? Oh my gosh.
Oh, let me give you a little garnish too. There we go.
Oh, you're so
garnish.
sweet. Thank you.
And then we have also got little puff pastries in the shape of shamrocks.
Oh my God. You know what, that is so true. I mean, you think about, even if it's something you use mostly when you're gonna have parties or entertain people, this is like the best thing because it will keep anything you're putting in there warm. Think about your mashed potatoes even at a holiday meal. If you've got everybody come and you need a big, you need big capacity, this will keep your mashed potatoes warm and not congealed.
Yes,
Put
absolutely.
it table side, but anything that you wanna do, and I know a lot of you, here we are on a Friday night, you might just be getting settled in. Kick back and relax with us tonight. Pour yourself a glass of wine if you'd like, or a cup of coffee, cup of tea. But isn't it nice to know there is a way that making dinner doesn't have to be so stressful and so time consuming and so like, I don't know what to do today. This is the easiest way to have I'm not kidding, one pot wonder. Not only is it one meal in one pot, there's one pot to clean at the end of that meal. What is a bigger treat than that?
Exactly. And this is so comforting. This is so perfect for St. Patrick's Day. And this is great if it's just the two of you at home, you've got some leftovers for the week. And that's why my mom liked the 6.5 quart better than the 8 quart that we did previous. And that was one of the biggest things we got in reviews from you too, is that you loved the Possible Cooker. You just wanted one that was smaller because she liked leftovers, but we don't want leftovers for 2 weeks. Right. We want leftovers, you know, just for the week to do our meal prep, and this is the perfect size for that.
Wow.
And it is mom approved. We've got a little badge there because she loves it so much.
I do like the size. In fact, sorry, I'm gonna put this down.
Sure.
Or I will just sit and eat the whole show.
That's fine too.
That's
fine
delicious.
Too. Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is 6.5 quart capacity, which I like because you can still do a lot.
Yes.
But the 8.5, that's great if you've got a lot of family members, if you've got several kids. But this is more, I think, doable. And I think it's really, in fact, I think I read somewhere giving us ideas that you can, enough capacity to feed a crowd or a family, but it'll fit up to 3 cups of raisin grains, like 4, I don't know, 6 chicken breasts at a time, 3 New York strips, a 7-pound roast. I mean, you can feed a family of at least 6 on this, if not more.
Absolutely. So I love it for just the everyday cooking too. For me, this is easier to cook on than my stovetop, and it's 30% faster too. But it's really clean, it's really easy to clean up at the end of the night. So I don't know about you, but my stovetop is glass, and so once I get that nice and clean, I don't want to mess it up, with the oil splatter and everything. And so I like cooking in this, and it's right on my countertop.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Put it anywhere and take it anywhere. I mean, if you've got plans to go on a family trip this summer, going to a cabin or going to going even to the lake, wherever you go, you can take this with you. It's that portable, and it's just so fun that we get to do this. Finally, we get to do a Ninja. This is the all-star. In fact, even the 8 quart, or was it 8.5?
Everybody loved that one too. Yeah.
Huge customer pick. But you guys asked for us to do something a little bit smaller.
Yes.
So we at HSN, we're a big company. We go straight to Ninja and say, what can you do?
Yeah.
Is that the coolest thing or what? I mean, the 2 functions that are exclusive to this everything possible cooker are the quinoa and the steam.
Yeah,
those are features not even on the other ones.
The steam. And so what I've got right here is some steamed green beans. So you can see the kind of the roasting rack there at the bottom. I'll show you what that looks like outside too. So everybody loves steaming because you don't have to add that extra oil. We also have the clear lid so you can see how it's doing, and it kind of holds in the steam. But I love it also for steamed eggs. I don't know if you saw earlier, we had like 20 eggs on the table.
I heard you say this.
And people were like, why do you have eggs on the table? And it's because for Easter, if you're doing deviled eggs or boiled eggs, you put the eggs up on the roasting rack and steam them. The shell peels so easily.
No kidding.
It's the best way to do your hard-boiled eggs. And so, yeah, there's the eggs. They're showing it now. So if you've got, Easter plans for deviled eggs or for doing, dyeing the eggs and you need them hard-boiled, this is the perfect way to do it because you know that it's going to be so easy to peel the shells away. And so you are getting that roasting rack. But while I'm here on the side, I can actually see the front and I can walk you through the front panel. Let me just move the green beans out of the way here a little bit so you can see. There are 10 different functions. So you've got your slow cook, your braise, your sear and saute, your steam, your keep warm, and then all of your grains. So your white rice, your brown rice, your quinoa, your oats, and your pasta. But we even give you instructions for some of those other grains too, like those ancient grains like farro. If you want to do that, there's instructions in the book that it comes with. And if you're wondering the difference between slow cook and braise is going to maybe something you want to do in like an hour and a half or so, a little less liquid, and then slow cook's going to be more liquid and a little bit longer cook time. But both of them are delicious. They're going to do wonderful things to your meats, to your stews. It's the perfect possible cooker for everyday cooking.
I'm glad you described the difference between braising and slow cooking because it is a subtle difference, but anything that you do low and slow is going to come out so much more tender. So that's why I like to buy not even the most expensive cut of meat or protein.
True, you can save some money that way.
I'm all about saving money, and I can't stand wasting.
Oh,
so
true.
I love the idea that with this, if you make too much, guess what? Great, you're going to love what you made, but then save the leftovers. Put a little container in the freezer for a week down the road, but you don't waste, and everybody's going to love how things turn out here. Theirs is not something that there's much of a learning curve. It's truly, in fact, let me go through some of these recipes that you're getting.
Sure.
How about Cajun dirty rice?
Absolutely wonderful.
Braised short ribs.
We've got some of those coming up.
Oh, fudgy chocolate cake.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, you guys, there's some good spaghetti and meatballs, classic sloppy joes. We've got the slow cooked buffalo chicken breast. Oh, chickpea curry.
Yes, that's really delicious.
Pub style cheese
What you just
dip.
saw me post our plate out there too is just some quinoa.
Minestrone.
So it's perfect for even doing your rice, your quinoa, your grains if you need a side dish. But again, like I loved how you pointed out how portable it is. So if you're doing something a buffet for a buffet or a book club or maybe your church or bringing something to work, this is so easy to just pick up and carry. I mean, this is full of quinoa and I'm just picking it up by the handles at the bottom there. So it does have all of those settings for all of your grains, but I think you're gonna love it for your day-to-day dinner cooking, because I personally love it for that sear and saute feature, and then I can just add my meats, I can add my potatoes, and I can set it and forget it.
Okay, here we go, guys. We are getting busy on a Friday night. Don't let the, this night come and go and without getting this, because if you decide against it, you've got 30 days. You literally have 30 days, 30 nights. You can make 30 meals and decide, nah, just not quite as functional as I thought it would be. That was pretty hilarious because it's 10 functions
It's so
in
functional.
one. But it's also something that's just going to make life so much easier. And I don't know about you, but when the warm weather does arrive, I want to be out there. I want to be enjoying it. I want to go. If you've got young ones, you want to be out there with them on their bikes and enjoying the beautiful sunny days ahead. This makes such short work of making a meal. Whether it's because you put it all in advance and you do a slow cook, or any of the other 10 functions because you've got the versatility on something that allows you to do anything and everything in one pot. I'll say it again, one pot to clean.
One pot cooking.
I am into only, in fact, less than 1,000 now available in the stone.
Oh, wow.
That's the gray color. It's called stone purple if you're using express ordering for some reason, but take a look at these. These are your color choices. And I love that it's a matte finish on the colors too. This is your stone, this is your Merlot, this is the beautiful navy, and then the black. The black has been outselling every other color, but I know red is a big color in kitchens, and this is a nice variation. It's not a bright candy apple red, it's a really rich, like a burgundy Merlot red.
Yeah.
So your choices are here, and don't forget there's free shipping. Not a dime to ship. This is, I mean, it's like a 9-pound box that's gonna come. So shipping is free, and that's a big savings. Here's one other thing. I hate wasting money on either air conditioning or heating bills.
Oh, you're like my husband. I like to crank the air. He's like, turn it up.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just cheap that way, and I just like not turning on your oven for 30 minutes to heat something up.
And there's been times where I've been cooking and he's like, why is the AC so low? And it's because you get hot in the kitchen, you get sweaty in the kitchen. And then you don't have to heat up your whole kitchen if you've got your possible cooker. You can just cook on this cooktop. It does have the power. You can see it's boiling here.
Yeah.
And basically what we've got here is a pulled pork. So I'm just gonna use this to shred it. Oh my gosh, I'm trying not to splatter, but it is so tender. So we did some pulled pork tacos. Of course, you could do this for barbecue. There's so many things you can do with it. And again, using that slow cook function is what's gonna really tenderize your meats and make them wonderful, juicy, and tender and delicious. So you can get those less expensive cuts of meat and make them into a really good meal. All right, I'm gonna go in with the tongs here because it is really tender.
It just falls apart,
It just falls apart. So you can do up to a 7-pound roast. If you're ever wondering, well, how big is 6.5 quarts? You can do a 7-pound roast. You can do 4 chicken breasts in here with some vegetables. You can do, of course, your stews, your braised meats, your pulled pork. Oh my gosh, there's so much in here. It's so good. And then after I get this pulled apart too, and we get the tacos ready, I want to show you the possible cooker on the counter behind us too, so that way you can kind of have a visual of how big it is and how little counter space it takes. It's so perfect. We really designed it to be that kind of everyday cooker that you don't want to put away, that you want to use for multiple meals, because it really doesn't clutter up your counter space.
It's like 12 inches in length.
Yeah.
It's really surprisingly compact, and I love the fact that, in fact, let me show you this as I enjoy this Irish stew.
Sure.
I like that this piece comes off. This
You have
is
a whole extra
separate.
pot.
You've got a whole separate pot. It's non-stick on the inside, and it's even got the little measurement markers on the inside.
Oh, yes.
And the lid, which is heavy-duty, double, you can see the riveted handles on both sides. This is what you can put in the oven to 500 degrees, or anything less than that, of course. You can bake in this as a separate piece. You could use this on your stovetop.
You could.
As a separate piece.
The markers in there not only have like the 6.5 quarts marked, but it also has the measurements for when you're doing quinoa and white rice and brown rice. So it really takes the guesswork out of everything that you're going to cook in it. It's so, so convenient. And, you know, rice is one of those things, I mean, you said you love your rice cooker. A lot of people will burn a pan trying to make rice on a stovetop, you know, because it's just one of those things that if you don't get the right amount of water, you don't get the right amount of heat, that it could be, you know, a little too much, you know? But this is really gonna take the guesswork out of that, so you don't have to worry
Look
about
at those pulled
overcooking
pork
your
tacos.
Rice. Yes.
So I didn't realize until this past weekend, Tracy and I went away to see some friends in Miami.
Yeah.
And we went out to eat several times.
They get expensive, don't they?
Oh my God, I didn't realize what a homebody I am, and I guess now I realize why, because it's so expensive to eat out.
It is.
I mean, even groceries themselves are expensive, but
yeah,
when you can get multiple meals out of, you know, one big 7-pound, you know, rib roast or something, you know you can stretch your dollar that much. I was mortified at how much every meal was. Granted, Miami's an expensive city, but you know what I'm saying.
But true, I know what you're saying. And especially, like, even in Orlando, there's a place that we like to go to for tacos, and you order the tacos individually. It doesn't even include sides. And, you know, it's $5, $6 a taco. Yeah. So if you want 2 or 3 tacos, it starts adding up, especially if you want to add sides to it, too, which we've done with some corn. So we steamed some corn. And again, you know, this is great for steaming your vegetables, so it's great for sear and saute and slow cook and doing your grains.
How does it steam? I'm curious.
It steams. So there's a steam function there, and you're basically going to put the water in according to the instructions that come in the manual, and then hit the steam, and it's going to heat up the water.
To boil.
And you've got the roasting rack that elevates it above the water.
Super cool.
Yes. And so how many ears of corn we just did here? Let me see. That's 4, 5, 6 ears of corn. Imagine, you know, trying to do this in a pot at home. You usually don't have a pot big enough to do 6 ears of corn steamed. So they're not boiled. So they're going to have wonderful flavor.
And
that still have that crisp.
Nutritional benefit from a steamed cob of anything or steamed anything versus boiling it. So that's pretty amazing. And you could have put probably another 4 or 5.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And then we're gonna kind of dress them up here as a little, you know, kind of like a Mexican street corn style.
Yeah.
So that way, you know, we're not getting the calories with the oil, we're gonna get it with the cheese. You know, you gotta pick and choose.
Cotija, that's my favorite, that Mexican cheese. Yeah. Is that what that is? Yum.
Yeah, so I'm gonna spread this on here too. So really, there's so much you can do with it. It's great for everyday cooking, it's great for entertaining, but we really made this Possible Cooker. The reason we call it the Everyday Possible Cooker is because we know you're gonna love it. We know you're gonna have it on your countertop and use it for multiple meals, whether you're doing your morning frittata or your oatmeal or your lunch for your tacos or pulled pork or quinoa, all of those things.
So when you think about one appliance, I shouldn't even call it appliance because you say that and you think of something big.
Yeah.
This is so small and compact. It only weighs like 8 pounds. It's like 12.8 inches in length, 9 in width, 14 in height. So if you're going to be putting this on a counter, it's a really nice looking piece too. For those of you who do any kind of party and you like to have the buffet set up, you could have your big queso fundido, I mean a big portion of it, or you could have, maybe this is just where you're putting your chili, and let people go help themselves. That way you can enjoy your own party and not be stressing and feeling like you're just like, oh my gosh, needing to take care of everybody else. Aren't they attractive? I'm so glad you guys are getting this. Seriously, there's only one more show, one more shot, and then the price goes up. I mean, even here at HSN, it's like 33% more tomorrow to get the same product. So do it today. You've got 30 days. If you don't love it, you can return it. We'll send every dime back. Doesn't matter which method of payment you chose. If it's a flex pay, we'll refund the flex. If you paid for the whole thing, we'll refund the whole thing. But you are really getting a deal on this, and everybody talks about it. Anybody who has had this piece, even if it's the larger one that you bought somewhere else and paid more for, we rave about it because it's just so handy and so easy. I mean, look at all those functions, 10 functions, more functions on this 6.5 quart than on the 8 quart, and it's way more affordable. So knowing that you're getting all of this, you can do it all like a pro. I kid you not. It is so cool to have one pot to do the whole meal. And then the best part, 1 pot to clean up at the end. Not like 8 pots and 5 pans and, you know, all the stuff. It gets so frustrating. One other thing, I know Rochelle's been using some of the utensils from Ninja. We've got those available as well. Oh, this is the big deal, guys. Put your name on an HSN card, because once you get approved tonight, you're gonna see $50 appear in your account.
I love it.
I
That
like
is a lot of money,
$50
actually.
freebie.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Towards whatever. It could be this.
I love
say
it.
okay, these are the utensils. Let's see, on the screen. You get all those 1, 2, 3, 5 utensils.
That's a lot.
It's a 5-piece
that's
set.
great.
$17.95.
It's always good to have a good set of silicone tipped utensils too, especially when you're dealing with your non-stick, so you don't scratch it.
Exactly.
And then you've got one of each, it looks like, in that set, which is
You're
great.
getting the ladle, the solid spoon, the slotted turner, the solid turner, and the food tong on sale, 841070. So did you fry that bacon
We
in there?
did, and we turned it off because we were over on the other side, so I just started preheating it again to get it back to a sizzle, but basically we started doing sear saute with this bacon. Look at how crispy this is. I'm just gonna hold it up to the light a little bit out of the pot so you can see. Look at the crisp on that bacon. Look at the caramelization on that bacon. And so this is good for your breakfast, for your lunch, for your dinner. I'm gonna do a really quick and easy 5-ingredient meal. This is something that's actually on my website that I like to make, and it turned out to be perfect for the Possible Cooker. So I've got my bacon in there. I'm also gonna add some peas. So this is about a cup of peas, and you can hear the sizzle start. So we're just gonna get those peas warmed up just a little bit, and then once those are warmed up a little bit, I'm gonna add some mascarpone cheese, and that's gonna melt and make our cheesy sauce. But inside the mascarpone, what we've got is a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of lemon zest that we did in the Ninja Storm. Oh my goodness, here we go. I'm gonna put the cheese in there. And the reason I like this is really like a no-fuss sauce. You know, you don't have to add flour and all these other ingredients and be a chef. You can just take some cheese and melt it and make a nice, creamy, delicious pasta sauce. And can you smell the lemon already in it? Like it's just really...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a really bright, perfect pasta for springtime. And so this is one of my favorite things. Usually when I go to a restaurant, I like to order it, but it's gotten so expensive. It's like $20, $23, you know, to get a nice springtime, you know, lemon and pea pasta dish. And now I do it all in one pot. And so this is tortellini that's just from the refrigerated section of my grocery store. So it's already pre-cooked, all in one pot. And now I've got dinner in under 10 minutes with 5 ingredients.
Right.
That is something that I would have paid a lot of money for if I went out to eat.
It's crazy, honestly. The restaurants we were going to with my friends, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This is a lunch menu and it's $27 for a salad?
Yeah.
I mean, all the things. I mean, obviously you're not gonna make a salad in this, but you're gonna probably make everything else.
Oh, for sure.
You could sear your steaks. You could, if that's what you're just gonna have, steak potatoes.
Yeah.
You could sear your steaks, maybe throw your potatoes in the air fryer. Then you get your air fryer.
Absolutely.
And you've got
Those are my 2 favorite appliances, by the way, is the Possible Cooker and the air fryer.
I love my air fryer. I have a Ninja air fryer, the double basket. I love it. Just used it today to warm up some leftover pizza.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
But no, I'm super excited, you guys. Please don't miss this. At this price, you have to try it at least and see if it doesn't make cooking easier for you. To come up with a great meal, it's gonna be like, bing, instead of like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And then do I have all the appliances? Do I have the right the pan? Do I need a stock pot? Forget about all of that. And granted, there's a place and time for those types of meals too.
Yeah.
But when it comes to an everyday, day-to-day, go-to workhorse, this is it. I mean, most of us have spent this much on probably just one fry pan, or you know what I'm saying? This does so many things. It is so incredibly versatile that I know you're just gonna fall in love with it and think, what did I wait for and what did I do before I had this? It's a little dream machine.
It is. So I'm just doing a little lemon zest on the top. You know, lemon's one of those things that if you're trying to reduce your salt, you can put a little lemon on there to kind of give it a little bit of zhuzh, a little bit of extra flavor, a little bit of acid. But I like it for the freshness of it, and it just tastes like springtime to me. So if you want to grab a fork and try that one, and let me know what you think.
Don't have to ask me twice.
But again, this was a simple meal. It was 5 ingredients, all done in one pot, all done in the Possible Cooker. We're just topping it with lemon zest, which looks fancy at a restaurant, but you can do it at home too. And you can even see, we can put the keep warm function on this now and keep this hot for anybody else coming home.
This.
I'm happy you love it.
That
That's my
is
recipe.
really good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And you can see this, how hot it is. It is sizzling in here now. I could always put this on the keep warm function, so if you've got different family members coming at different times. And I didn't even use the full capacity of the pot. Like, we just did this like as a meal for two. So you have that capacity when you want to feed a crowd or when you want to do a lot, you know, to have some leftovers. Or if you just want to do a quick and easy meal for two, I mean, you could have whipped this up in your RV. You know what I mean?
That's
all
what
one
I'm
pot
saying.
cooking.
You could take this to a campsite. I'm a big camper. We take tents and we go camping that way. We go glamping sometimes. This is such a brilliant, all you need is electric.
All you need is electric. That's it.
You don't need briquettes, you don't need gas, you don't need anything. Starter fluid, you don't need anything but one little regular prong.
That's it. That's all you need. And so I just turned it off there because I don't want it to overheat as we move to some of the other things, because this is probably going to be my dinner.
Okay, yeah, right? Oh my gosh.
But it said bye. Did you see? And then when you turn it on too, it will say hi and bye. I love my Ninja. It talks to me. It talks to me.
We are marching towards 9,000 of these gone, guys. I don't want you to miss it. I'm serious. What do you have to lose? You've got so much to gain. To try something that's going to make cooking so much easier, clean up an absolute breeze, and then just saving all that money. I mean, you're going to find this appliance in a lot of stores, every cooking store you can think of, except, you know, maybe the high-end snooty ones. But this is like the Foodi, the Ninja Foodi that everyone's talking about. It's called the Everyday, Everything is Possible. Everyday 6.5 quart possible cooker. Everything is possible here. To sear a steak, to saute, to simmer, to braise, to boil, to broil. I mean, well, I guess you could put this under the broiler.
You could, and we actually have some mac and cheese in the oven that we did a broil for the topping. But this is some short ribs, and they are so tender. I'm almost losing it, you know, meat to bone in here because they are so super fork tender. But again, we braised these. So we started with the sear and saute to get a nice caramelization, and then we braised it. But look at how tender, delicious, and juicy that turned out. And you can see the boil in there. Most slow cookers won't bring up things to a boil like this so quickly, and they also don't sear and saute. Isn't that delicious?
Meat is tender because you did such a slow braise.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. Isn't that delicious? And this is why everybody thinks I'm a chef, because of Ninja. Because I'm just a home cook. But you know, you can cook dishes like this at home too when you have your Ninja Possible Cooker. It does make really many things possible.
Wow, that is my favorite.
Oh, good.
That is amazing.
I feel like everything we've had tonight, you're like, that's my favorite.
I know.
No, that's my favorite.
Well,
no, that's my favorite.
I did love this pasta, but these ribs, in fact, I'm gonna add this to my pasta plate.
Oh, now see, if you added that to your pasta plate, that would be like a $40 meal at a restaurant. Here, do you want some tongs? You're just going all in. You're going on here. I'll move it with some tongs there for you. There you go. So look at this wonderful, wonderful plate you've got with your spare ribs and your pasta.
Absolutely.
I mean, that would be a lot of money at a restaurant, you know? And now you can cook it at home.
So there's one thing you should know. Wow. Hot.
It is hot.
When you get this at home, the minute it arrives, the one thing you do need to know is that you need to plug it in.
That's it. That's all.
And then you're done. Then you're ready.
Well, we really do give you a lot of guidance to you in the recipe book that's right there. So we give you recipes, we give you tips and tricks. We also give you cooking charts in the back. So any of the things that you want to make, whether, you know, it's your rice, your quinoa, your pastas, we really break it down all for you. So we give you some recipes for inspiration, but then we also give you the tools to turn your other recipes into something that you can make easily in the Possible Cooker.
Isn't it nice to learn a little bit as you're going?
Yeah.
I mean, none of us are perfect. You know, we're all learning and growing every single day in every way, but when it comes to making delicious meals, that's where we sit down with our family and our friends and we have the best conversations. That's what life is about.
It is.
And if you're the host, if you're the cook, whether you're the mom or you're the dad, or, you know, if you're that person, don't stress. You know, I mean, there are moments where you want to spend some time and make a special menu and plan it out. But from a day-to-day perspective, I'm all about living life and enjoying the nice warm weather as it's coming around the corner. And I also am a huge fan of saving money.
I love that too. I love that too.
I love saving money, and I love that you don't need to have a big kitchen with a bunch of cabinets and drawers and places to house all the things we think we need to have a kitchen that's well stocked.
Yeah, no, this is perfect for countertop cooking. And even if you do want to put it away, it's really easy to put away because it is so lightweight. But again, it's oven safe too. So I've got my mitts here ready because I've got some mac and cheese in this oven over here. So it's oven safe up to 500 degrees. And the reason we made it oven safe up to 500 is because we wanted you to be able to use the broil function to crisp up some things. So whether you're doing, you know, a berry crisp or, you know, this little bit of breadcrumbs we've got on our mac and cheese. And I gotta tell you, if this was a Dutch oven, I would be calling my husband out here to lift this. I wouldn't be able to lift it up. I'm able to do this because it is so lightweight. And so if that's something that's of a concern for you, you know, maybe you just want it for the pot, and then it's an extra bonus that it comes with the PossibleCooker stand as well. But we did a wonderful 6.5 quarts of cheesy buffalo chicken mac and cheese. So this isn't just your ordinary mac and cheese, this is buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
Yum.
So when you have a crowd to feed and you want to do something impressive, this is one of the recipes that we have in the book. I'm gonna add a little buffalo sauce there too. So really everything is possible in the PossibleCooker.
And what I think is great is that you can make a lot, but you can make a little.
Absolutely.
And you know, if it's that night, it's just you and your hubby, or you and your wife, or you and your partner, and you just want to like do something quick and easy, you can do it in this.
Absolutely.
But then when it comes time to having that graduation party or Mother's Day party or an anniversary celebration, you're going to use this then as well.
Absolutely. And I want to show you too how non-stick it is. I mean, we did mac and cheese in here. So this is really like gooey cheese. We've got it crispy on the top. You can tell that it's kind of caramelized on the side. Nothing is sticking to the bottom. Nothing is sticking to the sides. So it truly is non-stick, which makes it really easy to clean too. So when you're doing that one pot cooking, you know, of course I usually hand wash this because it is so easy to clean, but you could always pop this in your dishwasher as well. And for me, that is what inspires me to cook. When I don't have a lot of dishes to do at the end, you know, when you ever look at a recipe and it's like, you need a pot for this and a pot for this and a pot for this, and it's like, I don't have that kind of time, you know, Monday through Friday. Now you can do true one pot cooking that's easy cleanup as well.
A lot of people don't even have all the pieces, much less the time to, you know, to clean them. That's the thing for me. One pot to cook everything in, one pot to clean up, and one pot, look at this, to bring straight to the table.
And isn't it beautiful? I love the color.
I love this stone.
Yeah. Now
this is the most limited. We're into hundreds left in this beautiful stone purple.
That beep that you're hearing was the Ninja pot. They want to be together when it's on. It's a safety feature though. It is a safety feature though. It's basically telling you, add the pot. I need my pot. That's the doo-doo.
Match made in heaven right here.
I know, but you don't have to, you know, you can use the pot separately, of course. You can use it to bake things. You can use it to make your cinnamon rolls. You know, that's just because this stand is on, it's telling you to put the pot back on.
Did you say cinnamon rolls?
You could do cinnamon rolls in here, absolutely. We did some. We
Okay.
did some. You can bake in it. It's oven safe up to 500 degrees. So you're getting the PossibleCooker system, but you're also getting a wonderful pot. This one's still a little warm, so let me get my oven mitts
that out
here.
of the oven.
Yeah. So, but you're also getting this wonderful pot. So there's handles on both, which makes it easy to, you know, to be portable and to carry. But you can use the pot separately, you know. So you're getting kind of a 2-for-1.
Obviously, on a slow cooker,
really.
you're not going to see a boil. You're not going to hear a sizzle. You're not going to hear that steak go.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is that you're making, because it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Could be snacks in between. To bake in this, to bake, you know, cinnamon rolls or a cake, where I see a cherry cobbler over here at the end.
It's strawberry. It smells
so good. If you want
good.
any of the extras, I know we do have the silicone handles from Ninja. Let me see what that item number is. 812846. Those are cool because they're specifically sized for these appliances.
Oh, nice.
And we do also have the utensils that you're seeing Rochelle using throughout the presentation on sale. 5 of them for $12.95. So we'll put that on the screen for you as well. But don't forget, guys, this price goes way up in about 4 hours. I'm not kidding, 4 hours and 20 minutes. The price doesn't go up $10 or $20. It goes up almost 35% at the stroke of midnight. So don't miss out, give it a try. It's like the #1 brand when you think about kitchen gadgets and appliances and electrics. Ninja pretty much dominates that whole category. And we at HSN get to offer you not only all the incredible products, but at the best prices. This is the lowest price we found anywhere by far in the market. Trust me, you can search if all you want. You're not gonna find $79 for this guy. You're just not.
This is a wonderful berry cobbler. It smells so good.
Oh,
I
it
wish at
does.
home you guys could smell what this smells like. So basically we took some frozen berries and some fresh berries with some sugar and we slow cooked it for a little while, and then we added a basically a cereal topper. So this is like one of those ancient grain granola cereals, and then we popped it in the oven to get this to crisp up just a little bit. But how perfect is this for like a summertime or springtime dessert? Add a scoop of ice cream, bring this to your barbecue or your next work potluck, and it's a match made in heaven. Like, this to me is breakfast. It's dessert, but you know, if somebody brought this into the office at 9 a.m., I would have this with a cup of coffee too.
That
it's just
smells
really good.
Amazing. Something about, and again, it's pretty healthy because I see a lot of oats in there.
There's a lot of oats and there's a
Yeah,
lot of berries.
lots of berries.
Just ignore the sugar.
Or use a sugar substitute.
Or
if
you
you'd
can use
like.
a sugar, or you can do sugar-free too, or use
Sure.
honey. There's many other options you can do, and that's the great thing about cooking is you can control the ingredients. So if you want to, you know, do lower sugar, if you want to do lower salt, what makes the non-stick great is you don't have to use as much oil. When I was cooking with my mom, it was cute. She was teaching me the recipe, and she's like, "Oh, and Rochelle, you don't have to add any more oil because it's non-stick." And I'm like, "I know. I work with Linda, but I'm glad that she loves that part of it too.
True.
You know that you don't have to add those extra oils and fats because it is non-stick.
It does really add up. Those calories there's a lot of calories in oil.
Yeah,
If you like it for flavor, that's great, but just knowing you don't have to. So yeah, all non-stick on the inside. Don't forget you're getting the lid, heavy duty see-through lid with a little vent so all the steam can come out without releasing all the flavors while things are slow cooking or braising. But look at all the other features. I mean, just to get this cast iron skillet.
Yes, yes.
Those are expensive.
Those are expensive, and those are great for a sear and saute, like what you saw us doing earlier with that pot roast. But it also will be your, you know, your slow cooker, your Dutch oven, all of your Dutch oven recipes, your eggs. Everybody's always like, why do you have all those eggs on the table? It's because you can use that steam function to steam your eggs. You can steam up to 20 eggs, and it makes them super easy to peel. So for your Easter deviled eggs, for your Easter, dyed eggs in the pretty bright colors, you can really easily do that with a steam function on your possible cooker. But we cooked so much today, right? We did a one-pot pasta.
This is crazy.
We've done spare ribs. We've done mac and cheese. We've done dessert. There's so many other things we did over there too with pulled pork. I mean, it's just been a feast
And
tonight.
no, I'm not putting more pulled rib pork
on your
my
pasta
plate.
dish. I love it. Think about how expensive that would be at the restaurant too.
And it's fall off the
the bone.
Look at this.
Yeah, super
it's
tender.
Just been slow cooking or
Super
braising.
tender.
Oh my gosh. My mouth is still watering and I've been eating the whole hour. So many amazing things from breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I kid you not, and this is the day to do it. We do have the black, there's the stone, here's your midnight. We have sold out of that vanilla bean, but we do have Merlot. 4 colors remain. The stone is gonna be the next to go. 855-236. Yeah, and free shipping. 30 days, check it out. You will love, love, love this thing. And think about gifts. Think about that wedding present that might be
great. Yeah, or graduation.
Or graduation.
Yeah, yeah.
100%. Thank you.
Thank you. It's always fun cooking with you.
I know, I love it. One
Thank you.
last show at 9?
Yes, 9 o'clock, and that's it.
That's it. All right, that's mine. Don't take it. We do have a quick